Today we're going to be talking about Flute Room from Yume Nikki. Note this E minor chord that moves to F. A 3 to 4 is a deceptive cadence. That's notable in the context of this progression, which is a Pachelbel's canon progression. You've probably heard that before. Well, this is pretty much just a Pachelbel's canon up until the F major chord. It's the 5-6 sequence version of it. 5-6 meaning root position and first inversion alternated. Sounds like a counterpoint exercise. And then at the end, kind of sounds like a galant cadential formula. This is like a 1-6-4 moving to 5, 1, 2-6, 1-6-4, 5, 1. It does feel very galant cadential formula-y at the end. So why is there a Pachelbel's canon in the mall music room? Well, what is Madotsuki's relationship with marriage? To understand this, we must look at her relationships with characters throughout her dreams. When it comes to the women in Madotsuki's life, each one of them seems normal at first, and then becomes hostile. For example, Paniko, who appears to be a normal girl at first, becomes Uboa in the dark, and traps her in the shadow realm. Monako seems like a normal Japanese girl before turning into a deformed creature accompanied by intense African drumming, representing her anxiety surrounding femininity. However, the smoking gun is the Turiningen who follow Madotsuki and attempt to trap her in a small place with no exit. Some of the Turiningen are initially docile, but once provoked will attack her. It is clear that Madotsuki has a very contentious relationship with women, shown by the way that the women in her dreams actively harass and isolate her. On the other hand, male NPCs like the sleeping boy in the igloo and the man, who is likely her piano teacher on the spaceship, are docile and are located in well-lit areas. The lack of a transformation into a boy and the abundance of effects like long hair and blonde hair suggests that her own femininity doesn't bother her though. What does tend to bother her is whatever is in this door. To get to this area, you have to stab one of the zipper walls in Numbers World, which will cause it to turn into a bloody door. Once you walk in, you will find a slime monster rising up from a void. There doesn't seem to be a clear pattern of what monsters represent in Yume Nikki, but given the nightmare in the following room, it is clear that this monster is an omen of some sort. From the King James Version of the Bible, Genesis 14:10 states, "And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and they fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain." So Sodom and Gomorrah's troops, in an attempt to flee, fell into the slime pits, where they were attacked by killer slimes, exactly like Kyukyukun. In Revelation 16:13, it says, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." The false prophet is embodied The false prophet is embodied as the face that you see after you go into the door in the next room, right after you encounter QQ-kun. Coincidence? I think not. I mean, if face wasn't supposed to represent Satan, then why does it look like a corrupted dragon face, and why does it wake you up? The frog effect, which is not found in Number World, but is also in one of the top Nexus worlds, is also mentioned in this passage. I wonder if the effect was originally supposed to trigger something during this event. It is worth noting that 2 of the worlds with parallax creatures could also be representing these passages. Forest World contains the frog effect, while Shieldfolk World has soldiers that could represent the armies of Sodom and Gomorrah as well. What is interesting about the Christian imagery in Madotsuki's dreams is that she often fills in characters from the Bible with Mexican imagery. Likely, Madotsuki either grew up in Mexico, has an autistic level of appreciation of Mexican mythology and their textile styles, or she learned about South America from having family members from South America, like Brazilians, for example. Brazil has the largest diaspora of Japanese people in the world, which might even explain Kikiyama's fascination with South American cultures. This is all to say that Yume Nikki is a cool game and you should play it. April Fools. From the... From the king... From the king... Can't do this. And they've... So Sodom fell into the slime pits, where they were attacked by killer... Fell into the slime pits, where they were attacked by... Oh my god. As the face you see after you go into the door in the next room has an autistic level of appreciation